Welcome to the Hilton Head Living Podcast. I am your host, O.T. Gibbons, and our mission with all of our content is to make sure you have the best time in Hilton Head. All the best places to go, all the biggest events going on, and everything you need to know to get the most out of your time on the island. I am joined as always by the star of our content, my beautiful wife and co-host, Jessica Gibbons. How you doing, Jess?
Hi.
All right, on this week's episode of the podcast, we're going to be talking about things to do this weekend in Hilton Head. We're going to be talking about our favorite new thing that we tried last week. And as always, we're going to answer the people. For those of you watching on YouTube or seeing these clips on Instagram or any other social media, we are not in our house again. Our house is undergoing a little bit of a renovation. We're getting ready to rent it out so that we can buy a new house. But don't worry, we're not leaving Hilton Head. We're just going somewhere else on Hilton Head Island. So we're going to keep bringing tremendous content. Just bear with us as we try to find a new place to live.
Yep. So we're at my in-laws for a week. It's been a week now. Not exactly sure how much longer. But luckily, I'm going to have to go back to the house and get some more underwear and stuff. That's not sure how much longer we're going to be here for.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do some laundry at this point.
But it's not a bad place to be, for sure.
No, they've been very gracious. It's been very nice. The dogs are settled in. It was a little bit rough the first day or two. Zoe was not loving it. And nobody could figure out where they were going to sleep and where their spots were and all that. But it's been good. It's been fun. Testing out some sea pine stuff.
Yeah.
Getting to do some stuff that we don't normally do every day. And it's been really fun.
It has, although I'm looking forward to get back to our house and our normal routine and my kitchen. And the supplies in my kitchen.
All right, Jess. So what is going on in Hilton Head this weekend?
Bluffton is wrapping up their small business week with a block party at Agave on the 8th. There'll be bites, sips, and community. Then there is the Bluffton Mayfest on the 10th. From 10 to 5, and they close off the streets in Old Town Bluffton, and they're filled with art and food vendors, plus there's live music, a pie eating contest, and an ugly dog contest. We went 2 years ago. I forget why we couldn't go last year, but we went 2 years ago, and we're definitely surprised by how much was there. There was a lot of stuff, a lot of vendors, really great stuff, so it's a great place to take the family and walk around and see all the local vendors that are there. The Hilton Head Island Fire Rescue is hosting the May Community Carnival on the 10th from 12 to 3 at Fire Station 1. It's a free event with carnival vibes, games, snacks, and prizes. The Hilton Head Running Company is presenting the Loggerhead Loop and Mom's 5K on the 10th at Coligny Beach from 8:30 to 11. And the kids get to wear a little turtle shell on their back while they do their little fun run. And there's other kids' activities. You can also celebrate Mother's Day with the Audubon's Take Your Mom on a Field Trip to Cypress Wetlands on the 11th from 8:30 to 11. And you do meet at the wetlands, which is in Port Royal. It's about 45-minute drive from Hilton Head, but it's really neat. It's definitely a hidden gem because it's in the middle of a residential neighborhood. We're right next to a YMCA. You park on the street. You wouldn't know that it's there unless you were following the map there. I actually took my mom last spring when she was visiting, and if your mom is naturey or likes the outdoors, you definitely take her. She thought it was so neat. They have a little island in the middle of a big lagoon with a boardwalk that goes through it, and there are so many birds. It's crazy. And I saw a woman that was talking about the birds, and I asked her, I was like, oh, what kind of birds is it? And she's like, well, which one? And I was like, the white ones. She's like, well, there's 7 different white ones. I was like, oh, okay. So it's definitely good if you can get a guide to take you there, such as the Audubon, and explain to you the birds or whatever else is there, what they're doing. It's mating season right now. We actually just went with a friend. Her mom was visiting to the Cypress Wetlands, and it's nesting season. So we saw a lot of birds with eggs in their nests already, and there are alligators, there's a bunch of turtles. It's just really neat. And then on one side of the lake, there is Griddle and Grits, which used to be a one-story schoolhouse that you can now get breakfast and lunch in, or brunch, so you can take a little walk and then take your mom to Mother's Day brunch. And it's been voted among the best brunch in the Low Country for the past couple of years. So it looked really good. We saw the menu, lots of stuff. So that's something to try out that's different for Mother's Day.
Okay, so that's everything happening this weekend in Hilton Head. Make sure to go to our website, hiltonheadlivin.com, to sign up for our newsletter. And if you could please rate and review this podcast, it would really help us out and we'd really appreciate it. So going back to last week, Jess, what was your favorite new thing that you tried last week?
I went to the Port Royal Boardwalk and Observation Tower. So it's about a 45-minute drive from Hilton Head, and it's right on the water. There's a little beach there. It's in the back of a neighborhood again, so you are kind of like, where am I driving? Where is this taking me? Are we going to the right place? But the boardwalk, it's not very long, and it's only about, the observation tower is only about 5 stories. It's not too high either, so it didn't take very long to walk it or walk up the tower. It did get a little destroyed from, I think it was Hurricane Debbie, or the tropical storm Debbie, so they just fixed it. I've been wanting to go, so was happy they just fixed it, and you can see the new wood and stuff, so it's very safe to climb. Again, not too high. And then, because that didn't take very long, and we had driven, went to also the Cypress Wetlands, which I just talked about, was just a couple-minute drive from there, and then had a brunch at the Griddle and Grits. So it was like a nice little day away in the Port Royal area. And how about you? What'd you do?
We have been looking for a spot to take my nephew and niece for a while. My nephew is kind of a maniac. He doesn't say much, but he loves to just run around and loves wrestling and just banshee with his hair on fire. That's just his move.
He's a 6-year-old boy, so it's pretty normal, I feel like, for a 6-year-old boy to just run around and go nuts.
Yeah, he's like my favorite person in the world to hang out with. I love that kid. And then my niece is just following him around, and we're always looking for somewhere to take them, for the whole family to go hang out. And I think we found maybe our favorite spot so far. Still looking, but Local Legend Brewing Company was a great experience. We had a number of people there. We obviously had my niece and nephews we just talked about. They had indoor ping pong, outdoor ping pong. They had these like cushion things that my nephew loved, where you could like build something, knock it over, you could dive into it. They had cornhole. They had every kind of game that you could imagine inside, and the vibe inside is really cool. They got all this vintage stuff all over the walls and everything. They've got TVs everywhere. It's really high ceilings and like an open out the back kind of area. So it's just a really good experience. The food was delicious. Their chicken tenders are 5-star, like, what was it? She called them chicken arms. Chicken arms. They were that big and so delicious. Make sure to go check it out. Local Legend Brewing Company. It was awesome.
I like that in the back, it's garage doors. So it gives you a really nice indoor-outdoor flow, that it's not closed off at all. And I really like, too, you could order from your phone. They had a little QR code that you could scan, and the menu comes up. And so you don't have to wait in line. They do have a spot, too, that you can go talk to somebody and order it. And waiters still came out to us to check on us and bring us our drinks and food out, and after they came out and checked on us to make sure everything was going well. So the staff was phenomenal, and the space is definitely great.
All right, and as always, we're going to answer the people. And the question we've been getting asked most often lately is about rooftop bars on Hilton Head Island. So Jess, what are the rooftop bars on Hilton Head Island?
There are a good handful of them, but there is one that we feel like rarely gets talked about. But starting with the newest edition is 41 and up, which is at Benny's Coastal Kitchen. And so you get a gorgeous view of Broad Creek, and they have umbrellas up there. They have some couches, tables. There's usually live music going on. The menu is different than the actual restaurant. It's a little limited, but I've had a bunch of stuff on it and it's delicious. Then there is High Tide, which is at the top of the Marriott Courtyard in Coligny, and that gives you a great view of what's all around Coligny. There is a pool up there, but that is only for the guests staying at the hotel. And they also have couches and these modern fire pits, and there's live music a lot of times there too. And right up the street, there is a Lobster Bar, which has kind of a balcony rooftop on it. And they have probably our favorite burger there, which is a lobster on top of a burger. It's delicious. And then if you're craving Mexican, you can go sit outside at Santa Fe, and they have a little bar up there and a little kind of fire pit area that's really cozy. And then if you're more of a sports fan, you can go to the Chimney Bar at the Smokehouse, and it's a great place to watch games. They have a huge jumbo TV, a fire pit. There's you can play darts there. That's a lot of fun. And there is the Rooftop on the top of Poseidon's, which is where they have a lot of concerts and stuff inside, but they do have along the outside of it a little rooftop balcony area. And that gives you a really pretty view of Broad Creek over Shelter Cove. And lastly, the one that we think gets a little overlooked and doesn't get enough recognition is the Ocean Lounge at Coast in Sea Pines. So you have Coast is at the bottom, right at the beach. The Ocean Lounge is above that. It is a little more fine dining. It would be perfect for a date night, and you get a beautiful view of the ocean out there on their patio balcony area.